Yo, what is up to my people, my squad? Love y'all. How y'all doing? Anyways, I posted last video that I was almost at 3K. Obviously, right now, we're well over 3K, so I love you guys and I appreciate y'all. We're right back here on some Darrell Brooks. Now, this is the testimony of the agent who questioned him, Detective Carpenter. Now, we're going to jump straight into this. We're going to see what the wood handling man has to say, and yeah, let's see what happens.
And just for the record, please state your name for day 2.
Detective J. Carpenter, Jaycarpenter.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, you may continue.
Right off the bat, we gotta shout out the shine to that head because he worked hard for that. That shine right there is dedication, hard work, and stress. Let's go. Mr. Carpenter, getting straight into it.
Sir, yesterday when we ended for the day, we were at the point where we were talking about you interviewing the defendant, Darrell Brooks, on November 21st, 2021 at approximately 11 o'clock p.m. Do you recall that?
Objection. I don't think it's being called that name, for the record.
All right, we're getting into sovereign citizen territory right here. Objection from Mr. Brooks, of course. He doesn't permit to be being called that name. This feels like an alternate reality. It's like not real life. Look at the disgust in Carpenter's face. And if you look at his nose, it looks like it's been broken. Look at it. It's a Owen Wilson. Yeah, his nose has been broken. Damn. It's a tough guy. I would not want to get in a fight with Mr. Carpenter.
Objection is overruled.
Yes, I do
Grounds
recall
for the
that.
overrule.
Not relevant.
Oh,
It
he's
is relevant.
disgusted.
Your Honor, at this point, or I think last night, we asked for State's Exhibit 81 to be admitted into evidence, which is the defendant's statement provided to Detective Carpenter and Detective Stern on.
I don't know if this is a strategic move by the state, but why is there 2 women as prosecutors and 1 male? Like, are they trying to appeal to all the mothers? You know what I mean? Are they trying to appeal to everybody, all the women that might be in the jury? But I don't know. That's just a theory.
November 21st of last year.
And Exhibit 81 is received permission to publish is granted.
Objection.
My notes reflect that it's 25 minutes.
That is correct. Let me get the exact
Did
time
he just object and everybody ignored him? Am I tripping?
of it.
Objection. I didn't provide any statement on the 21st.
Oh, well, there you
Jury
go.
will disregard the statement by Mr. Brooks. He is not testifying, therefore his statements are not evidence.
And my objection should be noted for the record.
The state will be playing from 4 minutes and 25 seconds to 14 minutes and 25 seconds.
Thank you. Go ahead.
He looks like he's so pissed off to be here. He's like, man, I wish I could just be finishing up my shift, going home and getting some cold ones. You know, throw the wife's legs in the airs real quick or something. Like, not this.
So before it begins, I just wanted to clarify, we had talked about it last night a little bit. What we are hearing today is the audio interview only, correct?
Objection leading.
What?
Overruled is foundational. She may ask it that way. Go ahead. You may answer, sir.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
He wants to go home. And Brooks is making it take longer. I swear to you, this is the most unenthused face you've ever seen.
Darrell?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Darrell. I'm Jeremy Wojcicki, the FBI.
FBI?
I'm Mary. Yep.
They're just kind of helping out because we're so short-staffed tonight. So
Thank you. Yeah.
that's all it is.
How's your shoulder, right?
We're just helping out because we're so short-staffed tonight. Yeah, bullshit you are. FBI in this hoe.
Well, he said in 4 to 6 weeks I might have to get it because it's still something's wrong.
I know. You bang it up before or something?
Nah, it was just the way they slammed me.
Now keep in mind, oh my god, dude, go back to my other video in the arrest camera. Bro put himself on the ground. The only way you got slammed is if you slammed yourself, bro.
one of the hospitals for a plan here.
What did I do? Lay on your stomach. What did I do?
Robert, are you living or are you on a...
It's still right.
You got something with your name on it, man?
No.
They told him to get on the ground at gunpoint. That's what they did because they're going to send him to his maker a little bit early. Avoid all this tax dollars. But anyway, continue.
The ground kind of like went up. Boom, boom. That's where the knee came from. But, okay. Yeah, but the shoulder, I know something's wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
He said 4 to 6 weeks, the MRI won't be able to tell if anything's torn or anything like that. So.
Okay.
He's worried.
FBI.
He's worried about himself right now. He's talking about his shoulder. Even if you tore your whatever in your shoulder, you just killed like 5 odd people, 6 odd people. You just ran over hella people. Like, what's going on?
No.
We help out our local partners all the time. This is just something that we're here to do.
Because I'm like, what?
Yeah, believe it or not, we work at MPD a lot. We come down here, so we're kind of all over the place. But yeah, like Detective Carpenter said, we're...
Y'all for real, the FBI group.
That's what this says, at least, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Y'all the FBI for real? Spooked. He's shook.
I'm not trying to be funny, but this is the first time I've ever even seen an FBI agent in real life.
Mm-hmm. We get that reaction from most.
No, because it's like, am I in a movie right now? Y'all sure y'all not punking?
Nah, bro. You're in the movie, all right. You just made the movie. It's called Attack on Waukesha Parade. You literally starred in it. And guess what? This whole claim to fame, all these people, we're just watching this to understand and identify people like you. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this was his time to shine. After this was his peak in life. That was it. So enjoy it, you know? You get talked about on media here and there. You know, people talk about your name, but guess what? You'll be back there in prison forever. That's your existence.
Don't pranking me or something.
Yeah, you don't need to let that freak you out or anything. Right. Again, we do work, so we work on a task force with MPD quite a bit, so I'm
gonna put my arm like this just to stretch it out. Just to, I don't want you to think I'm doing nothing crazy.
You good? You good?
It leaves some pressure. Something right up in,
No, you're good, yeah. Like she was saying.
And he's so attentive to this. Like, he's actually going to have some sort of combative explanations. Like, I wonder, I'm curious to see if they even try to discredit his claim that he got hurt during the arrest. I personally probably wouldn't even bother. Like, fuck you. Who cares? Your arm got pulled. They should have busted your head open.
Saying don't let them don't let them make you nervous, okay? You'll be talking to me mostly and my partner a bit. No, they'll ask you a little too, but just trying to get to the bottom of everything. Look, you were found basically running around in the yard. You said you grabbed dude's phone. That's
no, I didn't grab it.
I don't mean you stole it. You asked for it and you made a call. And that's just kind of what I'm up here to start with and get the background about it, if you're willing to tell me. Just
That is crazy to me. I don't know, but I would never give somebody, hey, can I use your phone? Outside my door. I don't know you. Can I use your phone? And I actually open my door and hand you my phone? You goddamn, you crazy. You are out of your mind if you think I would do that. Whoever did this, I don't even want to call him a good Samaritan. He's just plain stupid. If the man who did that is watching this ever, listen, bro, don't do that again. Don't do that. You got somebody upstairs. You got your woman, your kids, whatever. Don't do that. Not advised. Talk to them through that screen. I wouldn't even open the screen. Pull up the Ring cam. Hey, what's up? Oh, you need to call somebody? Nah, bro. Go to another house. No, I don't have a phone. Nope. Hell no.
What you were doing in the yard, because obviously we have the perception we got, like I told you. They said, okay, they had us write this warrant, get some of your blood. But I have one side. So what am I missing? I'm missing Darrell's side, right? I don't know what created all this, why these people are calling us. And I can't really clear that up, or I'd like to clear that up, but best way to clear it up is if, you know, you're willing to talk to me about it, okay? And that's just kind of what I'm here to sit down and chill with you about. We've been talking to you, about 4 hours now? And we've
Probably
been
longer.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. It's been
Probably
pretty laid
longer.
back, so I'm looking to keep it that way. I'm not looking to pull any fast ones on you. That's why I've been straight with you to that point. I'm going to keep doing that now, right? Darrell, is it Darrell? Do I have the spelling right?
Yes, sir.
And it's E. Edward, like full middle, is that?
I keep calling him Darrell Brooks. Maybe it is Darrell. Whatever way. Darrell and Darrell. Don't name your kids that, all right? Darrell, man, Darrell's a good name, though. Fuck. Don't name him that. He ruined Darrell for us. And Darrell. We can't name our kids that, y'all. Don't do it.
Yes, sir.
If you're age, 24 and younger, and you name your kid Darrell,
Brooks, Brooks. So you're not married?
No.
You have a girlfriend?
Yeah.
You live with her?
No.
What's her name, your girlfriend's name?
Her name is Erica Patterson.
her name is, I feel like he was contemplating if he should even bring that whole dark side up. Now, what's actually crazy to me, and I don't even think it's legal, you guys let me know. What's crazy to me is how is he dating Erica Patterson at age 39, right? 17 years later, he's dating the girl that he, what's the word? Like molested, basically. What's that? Yeah, just indecent sexual acts toward a minor, right? You did that with a minor. And now you're dating her still? I know you're both of age now, obviously, but that's allowed? That's crazy to me. Now, I feel like that's why he hesitated, because if they do a little bit of digging, that pops up. And you should go to jail just for that.
E-R, how does she spell it?
E-R-I-K-A.
P-A...
Eric.
Yeah, P-A-T-T-E-R-S-O.
Why is he smiling?
Okay, and it's 4014 North 19th Street in Milwaukee. Do I have the right address?
Yes, sir.
Is that an apartment or a house?
It's a house.
Okay. What's the zip code there?
53209.
And last grade you completed in school?
12th.
Grade? Okay. Graduated high school?
Yes, sir.
What school did you go to in Milwaukee?
Riverside.
Riverside?
Yes, sir. Milwaukee Riverside.
Riverside. Yeah, you're real proud of Riverside, huh? Riverside's not proud of you, homie. Don't be throwing up Riverside like that, because they do not claim you. You are not claimed by Riverside. I don't even gotta check.
Side tires. I see you smile. You know about Riverside, man?
I heard things.
We kicked y'all butt in football.
It was West Dallas.
Oh no.
I don't think we played Riverside.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
He was trying to create like a little rapport real quick. You know Riverside, man. Like, bro, that's not gonna save nothing. And what's crazy about this, I think he really has a narcissistic condition, because right now there is nothing there about the people he just ran over. We go through a lot of interviews here on this channel, and the people are like, usually overthinking. They're usually scared, terrified. They just killed somebody. You did whatever to another person, right? In this case, he's almost on a roll. I don't see any fear. I don't see any nervousness. He knows he's in trouble, but he's just focused on himself, getting himself out of the situation. So crazy. That's wild.
So was a decision made to speak with Mr. Brooks the following day?
Objection. Being called their name, leading the witness.
The objections are overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Now, when you spoke with the defendant on the 21st, what did you have some general information as to casualties from the parade?
Yes, I did.
What information did you have at that point?
At that point, not all the information was in yet, but I knew, as I stated in previous testimony, our emergency department was very full. I knew there were significant injuries to many people. I knew some were deceased. I did not know the exact number at that time.
I wonder who he's focusing in on. If you notice at the camera angle that we have right here, his eyes focus in on somebody or something. And I wonder if that's Darrell Brooks himself. I'm not sure though. But yeah, I could only imagine that he's assuming the absolute worst, right? At this very point in time, he probably thinks 20 odd people, 30 people are dead, you know? So him going into this interview with the composure that he had, you know, just top rated investigator. That's all I can say. Look at his eyes. He keeps looking at somebody.
Approximately another couple minutes of conversations with Mr. Brooks before you called it a night. What was the vibe that you got from him during those?
Let me go through my papers real quick. He really thinks he's He-Man. He really thinks he's that guy with all the swag. And like, bro, get the hell out of here with your nasty ass fingernails, bro. Nasty ass fingernails. And get a baldy like the detective, because that shit just makes you look like more of a douchebag.
Couple minutes.
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name. Just leading the witness.
The objection's overruled. You may answer.
I would say friendly. I think when you heard the clip there, Mr. Brooks jokes about Riverside and football. The individual he was talking to at that time was Detective Stern, as you can't obviously see him in the video. I could sense, and I believe you can hear it in Mr. Brooks's voice in that clip, the FBI put him on edge. It was unusual to see them. I could sense the nervousness. He did transition, as I talked to him more throughout that clip, into a more normal conversational tone again.
And that's what I have to say about this particular suspect. He's good. I mean, if he was not as blatant about it, say like somebody went missing, say Erica Patterson went missing, he was actually clean about it. You know, he did an Alex Murdaugh move. He hid the weapon, maybe didn't call the police, but, you know, just got rid of her, right? And they interrogate him as lead witness. He would probably get away, because that smoothness that he had even talking to the FBI, it's either one thing, he's really good at being a narcissist and not giving a fuck, or two, he knew he was already fucked and just didn't care. But I think it was the first.
But when I was speaking with Mr. Brooks casually throughout the night, that was the type of tone he had with us. It was very friendly, and he seemed, when it came to myself and Detective Stern, very comfortable speaking with us.
Yep, what did I tell you?
Now, you had stated your initial intent was to talk to him about loitering in the area that he was arrested. Do you recall that?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
He has nothing. This guy has nothing. So keep in mind, he'll just object to everything. I could probably bet money on that. He'll just object to every question.
Yes, I do.
Did Mr. Brooks at all talk to you about the loitering in terms of what the focus of your investigation was that night?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name. Leading the witness.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes,
question.
the statements he made in there, you know, about, you know, being in the area because he needed an Uber. You know, he says more, you know, to us about not knowing the area of Waukesha. He doesn't know the streets, things of that nature, and he just needed an Uber to get home. So yeah, that was his reasoning for being down there, and he stuck to that reasoning the entire time.
Now, when we look at Exhibit 174, it says spouse's name, it says Erica Patterson. Do you see that?
Objection. Leading.
Sustained it to the form of the question. You did not ask the published. I did not. I just want to make sure that's what you were not looking to do.
Correct. No.
Okay. Thank you.
There's a spot on this form that says spouse's name. Is that filled in?
Yes.
And what does it say?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
It says Erica Patterson.
Did he say that they were married?
He did not. He said that was his girlfriend, however.
And he indicated he had children?
Objection. Leading.
It's background foundational. It's the witness may answer. The objection's overruled.
Yes, he did.
How many children did he have?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
3.
And you
3?
read each of the 5?
Yes, ma'am, he did.
Okay. I would ask that Exhibit 174 be published to the jury.
Objection. Relevancy.
The exhibit's already been received. Noting your objection, it's overruled. Permission to publish is granted.
Now, as that form is coming up in the jury box, just for the jurors to see, when you initially had contact with the defendant that morning, did you verify if he had been fed?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, I did.
And had he been fed dinner the night before, breakfast that morning, lunch that afternoon?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes, he had.
Objection speculative. Objection hearsay. Are those the only 2 objections you know, bro? Oh my God.
And was he complaining about any physical injuries?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes, he was continuing to complain about, excuse me, he was continuing to complain about the injury to his right shoulder, which he still at that time was asserting occurred when officers at the time of his arrest body slammed him.
Body slammed him. That's the words he used, was body slam.
Now, with regard to the second interview, the one that took place on November 22nd, was that recorded?
Yes, it was.
And would it be fair to say that recorded interview was 4 hours, 55 minutes, and 30 seconds?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay. And you've had the opportunity to listen to that interview?
Yes, I have.
I'm going to go through that interview with you. I'm not going to play the whole 5 hours, but just portions of that. I'll stop it during specific clips that I'm providing to Ms. Gussie, and we'll talk about it. Is that all right?
Yes, that's fine.
What were you speaking with Mr. Brooks about when he was describing doing something with metal?
Objection leading, and I do not consent to being called that name.
Overruled as to both objections. The witness may answer.
Just about work, he was, Mr. Brooks was explaining a job he had prior. He indicated he was laid off due to the pandemic. So it was just general conversation about his work history.
And he talked about his kids. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And his 2 youngest kids, who did he say they lived with?
Objection leading.
Overruled. The witness
Objection
may answer.
relevancy.
Mr. Brooks was indicating they were living with him. However, the investigation showed that not to be the case. Of the 2 daughters, one lives down in Georgia in the Atlanta area, and the other lives in Iowa.
Thank you. Now directing.
Oh, so his kids are split up. They're not even playing. Yeah, they what, he thought they weren't gonna look into that? Like, come on.
Only thing I want to know is, what in the heck, am I being charged with anything?
Well, she's making some, like I said, alleged allegations against you, kind of, for being physical. So that's what, if that's BS, that's what I'm looking to hear from you. Okay?
Total BS.
You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of, we couldn't track her down, so that's kind of where we're at. It's just
It's funny how they manipulate him into thinking. They always do this. They give you a lesser crime that you probably committed. For example, beating the shit out of your girlfriend. And then they catch you in the lie in that. Then they kind of reveal the bigger crime that they really want you for. Now, for example, this, obviously the parade. But, they're putting them at ease a little bit, slowly but surely, before they whack his head off,
No.
What brought you to Waukesha yesterday? How did you get out here?
I was meeting up with a friend to watch the Packer game. Okay. That's the only reason why I was out here.
All right, guys. The infamous story. Let's see what's going on here.
Where did you go to watch the game?
To a friend named Stephanie.
Her house, a bar, or?
A house.
Yeah, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable or anything, but what's the address there? What's
I have no idea about Waukesha. I don't know the street.
What was it near? I know you had to see something near it.
Now remember, we saw this little clip before. he says he has no idea. He doesn't know Waukesha, doesn't know the streets. But at the same time, Erica Patterson tells us a different story. If you go to the other video that I have up, she's going to tell you that, oh yeah, he told me he knows everything about Waukesha. This, that, and the other, that, and this. And it kind of seemed like he did, the way he was driving around.
So what was it near? Like a gas station?
Have you been to the house before?
No.
Never before?
No.
What's Stephanie's last name?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Okay, with regard to that clip, sir, we have a lot of talk about her, meaning her. Who is her?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
The her in this case is Erica Patterson.
So did you have some conversations with Mr. Brooks before this clip about his relationship with Ms. Patterson?
Objection leading. I do consent to being called that name.
The objections are overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, I did.
Now, at the end of this video, not the end of the video, but the end of this clip, again, he is saying, what am I looking at? Do you recall him saying that in this video?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Yes, I do.
Was this a theme throughout this 5-hour video?
Objection leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, it was.
Did he... You had stated initially when he came into the room, he had complained about some shoulder pain.
Yes, he did.
Did that continue throughout the interview?
Objection relevancy.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
So, I would say what happened is it went on and off. So at this point here, the interview at this point in time was what I would describe as laid back. A lot of it was simply getting background about the overall relationship between Mr. Brooks and Ms. Patterson. During that time, he was fine. He was moving his arms, as you could see in this clip. He wasn't complaining about pain. What I noticed...
But the second shit gets intense, that arm starts acting up, huh? I mean, it's just a tactic, man. It's human response at the end of the day. He doesn't want to go to jail. Kick, scream, fuss, fight. You're still going back there to rot.
And made me question the legitimacy of the injury before ever actually even seeing the body cam. Is I noted at times of stress later in this interview as I continue to push on a vehicle, I can see, as you could see here, I believe, it can be seen here in this interview, talking about the car made him uncomfortable. Complaints about the pain would suddenly come back.
How about the...
What did I tell you? Every person who lies, be it subtle, be it super noticeable, there's some sort of thing that they do to initiate that behavior. So for him, he created it. He's like, oh, my arm hurts, and he's trying to divert as much as possible. So he'll just keep doing that. Alex Murdaugh, while he's telling lies, he's going to... That gives him what? That buys him a whole 3 seconds of think time. That's another tip. Everybody who's lying, there's this other guy I did a video on, Fidel Lopez. When the police started asking about what happened to make him, do what he did to his wife, same thing. He would like have these long ass pauses, like he doesn't understand English. Everybody who lies, I believe, has some sort of tick that they use to kind of initiate that lie. And the people who are better at it know how to hide that the most. Darrell Brooks wasn't one of those.
Request to be told what he's looking at. Did you see any correlation between that and what was occurring during the interview?
Objection speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes, that, as I say, that continued throughout the entirety of the interview, and really at this point was a little unusual because right now he had been told he was looking at the domestic. The parade hadn't come up, so a reasonable person, I believe, at this point of the interview knew what they were looking at. They were looking at a domestic abuse incident.
And remember, like I said, they hit you with the smaller things, right? Boom. What am I looking at? What am I? Nah, but what am I looking at, man? Like, what y'all trying to charge me with? Nervousness. Nervous. And remember, when you go to court, they're going to break down everything you do. So even if he missed that, somebody else was going to catch it and bring it to light. And that's a beautiful way to show that somebody knows a little bit more than what they're actually telling you.
Why simply asking him how he got out here as far as transportation made him nervous was alarming.
Epidemic Sound provides you with restriction-free music and sound effects that you can use across all of your content without having to worry about it getting taken down.
An example of him, you said that you had seen him using his arms a little bit in this clip, is that correct?
Objection, leading.
Sustain us to the form of the question.
You had stated that, what observations did you make during this clip about the use of his right arm?
He would move it from side to side. So, I mean, both his arms would come out like this and move. He would make mannerisms when he was speaking with both arms that were, to me, what a person would do when they're normally conversing. And it would seem unusual to make those movements if he was, in fact, in as much pain as he was claiming to us he was in.
Now I'm going to just let the record reflect that when you had indicated he'd move his arms this way, you moved both your right and left arm out parallel to the ground.
Let the record reflect that he is full of shit. Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, like he said, he didn't even have to look at the body cam. Keep in mind, people, this is what they do. They does this, bro. All he does is analyze people. He doesn't even want to in his free time, and he's doing it because he's programmed to. All right, so you can't really get away unless you're just that good. You're Himothy, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I appreciate y'all. This is the FBI interview, the infamous FBI interview of Darrell Brooks. So yeah, I wanted to cover that and pretty much just show how easy it was for them to just pinpoint the dots. Brooks didn't think he got himself sent to jail really quickly, but until the next one, people, I'll see you later. Stay inside. Stay safe. Peace.